You may often come across situations where there's part of your build script that you'll want to change somewhat regularly. While you're well on your way to becoming a Gradle build master, the other developers using your build may not be so familiar with Gradle. This means that relying on folks to modify your build script in order just to change its behavior is less than ideal. This is especially true if you expect an automated system to be running your build. To solve this problem, Gradle allows you to parameterize your build by adding properties to the project object from locations outside your build script. Command line arguments, Gradle.properties files, and environment variables. Let's check out the syntax.
To explore Gradle properties, let's create a task that prints a simple greeting. If we just run this as is, somewhat unsurprisingly, we get a crash. Gradle says that it could not find property greeting on task print greeting. Yep, that's not defined anywhere. We'll need to pass in the value of the greeting we want to use. The first way to do this is using a Gradle.properties file in the same directory as your build script. If we just add the line greeting equals hello from a properties file and rerun the task, now we get the behavior we expect. Another way to pass in a property to a Gradle build script is to use the command line. In this case, the -p flag lets Gradle know that we're going to be passing in a property. Then the name of the property equals, and then the value we want. Note that the greeting property is now defined in two places, in the properties file and from the command line. Let's see which one wins. Looks like the command line wins. I hope this makes sense, because the command line is the last line of defense before the project is actually run. There's a third way we can use Gradle properties, and that's from inside the build script itself. If we pass a closure to the ext property of the project object, and then we define our property, then the property is defined when we run our task. Note that defining a property inside the build script shadows all other definitions, like from a properties file.